Welcome back, everyone. Well, our usual banter be in the open. That was good.
Thank you.
I got that fixed. Is that that's a Christmas tie?
Yeah, it has the sparkles even. It's really nice, isn't it?
Well, I know you've heard of a bull market and a bear market, but what about a reindeer market?
Reindeer market? This is really adorable. I like this. Did you make it?
No, but it's been there for about a week now, and you should see the emails I'm getting from people wanting to know what it's doing there. We're not going to tell them.
Right? Does it need to do any more?
No. It actually doesn't have to do anything at all.
Can I have it after the Christmas holidays?
No, absolutely not. So first, welcome. We got a lot of news, and as if your hair isn't turning gray enough, the stock market moves. The stock market moves. What? It's like 700 points by my math. It's moved like 700 points in 2 days.
Yeah, so we're up 430 in the Dow today.
That's unreal.
Huge day. The Fed came out yesterday afternoon, and Chairperson Janet Yellen came out and said that they were going to be patient about raising interest rates. And raising interest rate means the 10-year, the 30-year, the short-term interest rates, the car loans, the mortgages, the credit cards. That affects all of those things. And so it was a little bit more dovish, a little bit less aggressive than they were expecting.
Right.
And so that just gave this market all sorts of enthusiasm going in towards the end of the year. And so we went from the low 17,000 on the Dow all the way back up to where we're almost at the high.
17,800.
And we're shooting back up to 18,000. That's the trend going into the the New Year, the Christmas time.
Well, you know what? Again, the reason that I mentioned, I don't even know how you do it, is that, even just last week we were sitting here, what effect are the dropping prices of oil going to have on investment in that sector? How's that going to affect the stock market? And, and all of a sudden we see this like 700-point movement in 2 days. And I think oil also hit a new low, did it, or close to?
Yeah, so oil rallied today. It had gone back up 57 and change, and then it sold off, and then it traded down to around 54.5 today. And so you're right. When you ask me about these kinds of moves, it goes back to what I've said to you over the years. Yeah. If you react on a day-to-day basis, if your investment goals and objectives are a 24-hour time frame, then you're exhausted. Right. You're exhausted, and you're worn out. You probably drank 6 cups of coffee to stay on top of everything today. That's not the way you want to invest. And so most of the people I talk to are saying, wow, this is crazy. But there's no doubt what's happening with oil, it's deflationary. China's slowing down. Russian ruble, everybody's talking what's happening in Russia, Venezuela, other countries are affected. It's happening in the drilling here in the U.S. And so that takes a lot of pressure off the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates because it's deflationary, so there's no inflation concern. So with these slowdowns, this helps, I think, helps our market to kind of keep going.
Well, you know what? I mean, not too long ago, even though we're talking about national things, tell me it doesn't affect us here locally. I remember the 90s, it was just like this nice little clear path where it just expected to grow. And if you look back at the movement of the market in those years, it was always very, very steady. And now it looks like the Alps. If you look at a chart, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane, almost from week to week, right?
Yeah, it used to be human traders. I mean, you're talking pre-97, before the dot-com bubble and everything else. You had people on the trading floor of the exchanges. You had people actually taking physical orders. Now it's computers. Now everything's traded in milliseconds. And so the intensity of the movements, the volatility of the movements.
I was just going to say, it really affects the volatility.
It is. It's rubber band thing back and forth. But, how that affects the local economy, how it affects Saratoga, Glens Falls, Warren, Washington, I don't know on a day-to-day basis that it really makes that big a difference, except for what we talked about the last couple of weeks, filling up the fuel in your gas, your truck, your oil tank in the house, your natural gas heating, those kinds of things.
And also, if the interest rates hold, especially for durable goods or larger expenses, people will be more apt to say, okay, look, I'm going to get in on this now. When I talk to some of our clients who are in the car business, they're all just talking about the fact that people are coming in and, why not take a loan for an extra couple of years if the interest rate is 2%?
Yep. I had somebody this morning saying, I can get a 72-month loan at such and such percent. Is that a good deal? And they're doing that. They're buying a little bit more car than necessarily they would because rates are so, the incentives are there. So it is. You'll see it on bigger purchases. You're going to see it, even mortgages. Under 3.9% now on a 30-year mortgage. It's coming in at 3.8 and change. And so that's going to bring a lot of first-time home buyers to look at this and say, when was the last time it's been this cheap to buy a home?
I love to ask this question almost every week, and I never mean to put you on the spot with this, but you get so many calls. What were the calls like the last couple of days? What are people saying? What are they not saying?
They ask me, a lot of people that I work with know that I like to procrastinate. So the most common question this week is Steve, have you done your Christmas shopping yet? The answer is no.
Really?
Not yet. I'm working on it. So a lot of conversations today, people talking about how much they've enjoyed shopping in Saratoga and Glens Falls.
Oh, that's
a lot of the
interesting.
local
What a
stores.
twist.
Yeah, a lot of people coming from Albany and the area, driving to these towns and saying there's a great shopping experience here. And I was talking with one of my clients today. She went out with her daughter, came back from college, and they were spent the afternoon shopping here. They loved it.
A good friend of mine was up in Glens Falls. There's a wonderful art museum, art gallery, right on Glen Street now. Went in and bought a beautiful piece of art right there in Glens Falls.
People are doing that, yeah.
I just love the idea that we're shopping local and we're keeping our local economy strong. Hey, talking about keeping the local economy strong, how about Schenectady?
Oh,
holy mackerel.
huge news this week, right?
I know.
This is the biggest news, for some people are saying, since GE. I mean, we're talking about the casino coming.
Right.
And this casino, again, pros and cons, people both sides of this, but this is
sure.
very exciting for Schenectady because this is Las Vegas style, world-class entertainment coming in. They're going to go all out on this facility. And for the city, I mean, this is exciting. And they're our neighbors. I mean, they really are the next county over.
Well, when it comes to talk about counties, that's actually the closest county to Saratoga County. And then one thing that we noticed when we were watching the press conference yesterday, and they're going through and saying that they decided to pick this one in Sullivan County, decided this. They mentioned Schenectady. The place broke out in applause and cheering and all this stuff.
Absolutely.
I just think it's a wonderful thing. So
I think it will be. I think there's going to be some exciting stuff, and it will draw people from out of state, from the area, into this area. And you know what? If they're in Schenectady, why not come up to Glens Falls? Why not come up to Saratoga, spend the afternoon? And that will happen.
You know, just in terms of Warren County, great EDC report came out about the growth going on there. We're going to be reporting a lot on this in the next couple of weeks in a couple of programs, this program and, of course, in Beyond the Headlines. But, Steve, any last-minute advice? We're not going to see you for a couple of weeks, so I don't know what we're going to do.
You know what? Merry Christmas to you
Yeah,
and Antoinette and the whole family here at Look TV. I just, I can't believe another year's gone by. You know, time flies. And yes, the gray hairs. But at least we still have hair, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's
it's good, but a lot to be thankful for. And, there's no other place
Steve,
I'd rather
thank
be.
you so much for the contribution you make to our content. I hear about it all the time. And look forward to next year.
Thank you.
And a steady rise in the...
Yeah, please. A little more steady. A little bit more steady. Merry Christmas. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you much.
Thank you, Steve. To see this interview again, head to our website, looktvonline.com.